I think the next 5 to 6 years are going to be just absolutely, or 4 to 5 years are going to be absolutely amazing for Bitcoin. I do think we're going to get to $1 million Bitcoin. It may be a little slower. It may take 10 years, but it could happen in 5 years. It could even happen a little earlier. You're looking at an asset that could go 10x from here. I think the risk that the asset ends 5 years from now down from where it is very low. And so I think you really just want to be buying Bitcoin and not just a little bit. You want to be long a lot of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin could potentially reach $1 million within the next 5 years, with the possibility of significant gains even sooner. According to Wall Street veteran and mathematician Fred Krueger, the likelihood of Bitcoin being worth less in 5 years is minimal. This makes now the ideal time to accumulate as much as possible. Many analysts are forecasting that Bitcoin could hit $1 million by 2029, with some predicting it could happen as early as 2025. Krueger supports this outlook, citing the power law, which suggests Bitcoin could continue its rapid growth. Despite market volatility, he predicts Bitcoin could double in value over the next few years, making the $1 million milestone a very realistic target within the decade. Stick around until the end of the video, where Fred Krueger provides a detailed breakdown of his projections for Bitcoin's future growth.
Hi guys, hope to see you guys at Dubai Token 2049. We have exclusive 10% off the limited super early bird tickets. Click the link below. This pass will grant you access to speaking sessions, networking app, exhibition hall, daily networking drinks, and also included breakfast, lunch, and coffee breaks, all included the package. I love to see everyone there. Peace out.
A lot of people now are throwing this number of 1 million by 2030 out. Some people have said by 2029. For example, Bitwise has said 1 million by 2029 is kind of their number. But let's sort of examine how we get there and what it looks like in terms of a path to get there. So I got a few things I want to show you. So first of all, let's just ask ourselves, is this going to break the power law? So this is an old spreadsheet I did. There's a lot of different ways of looking at the power law. But the trend line of the power law, is sort of around 80,000 right now. And, 5 years from now, we're getting to 365,000 trend line. So it's, a million's kind of a lot higher than that. But, what I would look at sort of one standard deviation up using these power band approach that I like, we're almost there. So I would sort of say, this does not say we're not going to get there within 5 years. Within 10 years, I believe that we're absolutely going to get there within 10 years. We're going to get to 1 million. But so the first thing we have to go on is the power law. And the power law, I think, is okay, gives us the green light for talking about getting there. Now, let's just ask ourselves, how does this look in terms of these different sort of milestones, right? And before I do that, I want to look at this tweet that I did. And here's this tweet, and this is my sort of steps to Bitcoin 1 million. Well, obviously on January 20th, we're getting a new administration. I think we're going to get some form of Bitcoin strategic reserve. It may just be as simple as we designate the current Bitcoins that we own as a strategic reserve. We may get something more like the Cynthia Loomis bill. I would like that. I'm not sure we're going to get that immediately. But we're going to have a new SEC chair. MicroStrategy is undoubtedly going to be raising more money in the form of convertible bonds, possibly preferred. And I think all this is going to get us to Bitcoin 150 by the end of Q1. Okay. Now, the next big thing is, how do we get, what happens at the end of 2025? Now, there's people who look at this 4-year cycle are saying that's going to be the end of the bull market. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I definitely think we could see massive ETF inflows in 2025. I think, we had $35 billion of ETF inflows, and we had another almost the same number from MSTR. So I think we're going to get something like 100 billion of inflows in 2025 for just the ETFs, and possibly like 75 billion of buys from MSTR. Who knows? But I think we're gonna see some notion of other countries announcing their reserve funds. I think we're gonna probably see one of the Magnificent Seven buying some BTC. I think the advisors are all going to start allocating, and I think we're going to have a really great year in 2025. It may be a 250,000 Bitcoin year, which would be fantastic. It may be a 420,000 Bitcoin year, which would be even more fantastic. But let's just say we have a great year and we're somewhere around 400,000 at the end of 2025. And then we have, from there, we have 26, 27, 28, and 29, 4 more years to double, basically. And that does not strike me as being that difficult. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen just straight up, but, a doubling from this rate, even with a bear market in between, doesn't strike me as beyond. It strikes me as kind of reasonable.
Eric Trump, son of President-elect Donald Trump and executive vice president of the Trump Organization, made bold predictions about Bitcoin's future during a keynote speech at the Bitcoin MENA event in Abu Dhabi. Trump expressed strong confidence that Bitcoin will eventually reach $1 million per coin, describing it as a global asset with the power to revolutionize the world economy. He emphasized that Bitcoin is more than just another investment or asset, it's a store of value, a hedge against inflation, and a safeguard against political and natural disasters. With its decentralized structure, Bitcoin eliminates the need for intermediaries like banks, offering a more efficient and cost-effective alternative to traditional financial systems. As the world gradually adapts to this transformative digital technology, Trump believes that early adopters, whether they are banks, governments, or individuals, will emerge as the ultimate winners. He predicts that governments and financial institutions will eventually be forced to embrace this financial revolution or risk being left behind. Do you agree with Eric Trump's prediction? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's return to Fred Krueger as he continues his analysis.
Now, and I put here, along the way, we're going to, IBIT could cross SPY as the top ETF, and MSTR could hit $1 trillion market cap. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the ETFs, 100 ETFs by assets. So right now, SPY has $630 billion of AUM, right? So they're adding massive amounts of AUM every year. Like they're adding 100 billion a year of AUM. That just tells you how much money there is out there that's pouring into these ETFs. And, right here we got IBIT here at 53 billion after only 1 year. I think, we go from 53 billion to 150 billion. We get to almost this level just on Bitcoin appreciation, and or maybe even up to this level, and just in Bitcoin appreciation. Now you have a bunch of new inflows. You get up to here, maybe you get to the top. It's possible we get to the top in a year or two. Okay. More likely by 5 years, I think we're at the top. $1 million Bitcoin will get you there. And so I think we're very likely to be at the top of the ETF league tables, if you will, by the end of by 2030 and 2029. So basically, I just want to emphasize that I think the next 5 to 6 years are going to be just absolutely, or 4 to 5 years are going to be absolutely amazing for Bitcoin. I do think we're going to get to $1 million Bitcoin. It may be a little slower. It may take 10 years, but it could happen in 5 years. It could even happen a little earlier. But I mean, you're looking at an asset that could go 10x from here. I think the risk that the asset ends 5 years from now down from where it is very low. And so I think you really just want to be buying Bitcoin, and not just a little bit. You want to be long a lot of Bitcoin. And you don't want to be playing around with it. You just want to be holding it and waiting for this scenario to take.
In other news, NBA legend Scottie Pippen has joined the ranks of those predicting that Bitcoin could one day hit $1 million. While Pippen isn't a typical voice in the crypto world, his past predictions have been surprisingly accurate. Back in September, Pippen claimed that Satoshi Nakamoto appeared to him in a dream, foretelling that Bitcoin would surpass $84,000 by November 5th. Remarkably, Bitcoin exceeded that target just days later, making his prediction nearly spot on. While many believe reaching the $1 million milestone could take 5 to 10 years, some crypto experts, like Jeff Park from Bitwise Invest, think it could happen even sooner, especially if the U.S. government establishes a Bitcoin reserve by 2025. Adam Back, CEO of Blockstream, has also suggested that Bitcoin could reach gold's market cap by 2025. Though the journey may take time, the idea of Bitcoin hitting $1 million is gaining more credibility as these predictions continue to gain traction. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.